Hey everybody, Adam Savage at Propstore down in LA with Brandon. How are you, sir?
Adam, good to see you.
Good to see you. This is something we have not covered with you guys before. This is the original series Star Trek phaser?
Yeah, 1960s Star Trek phaser, one of the all-time classic props that everybody talks about from television or movies. This is the first example, I believe, that we have ever handled, ever come through one of our auctions.
I was gonna say you must have handled dozens of these, but no.
They're very scarce. This is brand new to market. It's just come to us from a source who has had it in the family for decades. It traces back to a Paramount executive, amazing provenance, and it's an amazing piece. We've been talking to some of the guys who have really studied these.
Yeah.
They say it's one of the best examples of this type, what they call the mid-grade, that's ever turned up.
Dude, okay, I wanna ask what mid-grade is, but first off, about the provenance. That's a real tricky issue with Star Trek props. There's a lot of fakes out there, am I right?
Fakes and just great replicas. I mean, I guess
Yes.
people have had 60 years to study these things, and
The photos have gotten better and better and better, and the replicators get more and more precise.
That's right. There are still a few small things that no one has replicated exactly. And so we had a gentleman very well known in the Star Trek community named Don Hillenbrand. He came in, he spent an entire afternoon with this thing, and he was so excited to see it because he went, everything that I wanted to see on this, I'm seeing.
Oh, that's so exciting, because this, again, if you've never carried one, that makes it a truly unique piece.
Yeah, no, it is. And it's that sort of 1-2 punch of the history, the provenance. You know, when it came in and I examined it and I knew the full story of where it had come from, at that point I would have said alone, I'm 99% sure this is right. But because they're so heavily debated, we wanted that independent verification and we got it. And like I say, it's exactly what we want it to be. So the mid-grade of it is basically, it's hero build quality without any of the hero functionality.
Oh,
Meaning,
so none of the mechanics like this coming out or this separating.
Exactly. Made as one piece, no electronics, no lights, but machined aluminum parts, full. There's another version that's like lightweight vacuum form plastic, which
right.
You couldn't really film it all up, only in a wide shot. This you could film tight, and it's designed to hold up to it.
And is it it looks like it's a resin, like it's a cast resin.
It's pretty light. It's pretty lightweight. You can see the machined aluminum details.
I can see that. Yeah.
Turned acrylic. One of the things that that Don figured out when he came in, I hadn't even realized it, is this little dial here actually can spin.
No way!
And I guess most of the time that has been frozen up many, many years ago.
I'm just moving it just so I can say I moved it.
Yeah, you're adjusting from kill to stun there, or stun to kill, whatever, however you're feeling in the mood.
Exactly.
So it's things like the colors, the paint finish. Another thing I noticed when I was just handling it, I don't know if it really reads on camera, but there's a little acrylic block right in the front of it there.
Yeah, you really can. I didn't know that was clear.
Which maybe on the heroes they put a small light bulb in there. And I'm sure the phaser enthusiasts know that, but for me, that was an interesting realization. The Velcro is obviously, we can talk more about this in a minute, but that's to hold it onto the pants, which would have the kind of Velcro patch to lock it in.
They had Velcro. I didn't even think of Velcro as existing in the 60s. And so the idea
maybe it wasn't called Velcro,
right,
whatever it was.
Hook and loop.
Hook and loop, yeah. But this is totally complete, so nothing's come off. It's not missing any of the details. All these little greeblies and details are exactly what they should be. The machined, or the
this clear dial.
The disc there, the little aluminum piece on the top. I think on the hero, maybe there are some graphics here, like a little number scale. But it's beautiful. I mean,
it's
wonderful
so pretty.
example.
And it's amazing how handmade it is. If you turn the back here, you can see the hand filing marks on that detailing back there.
Yeah. Now, are you a TOS guy?
I listen, I grew up with it on television constantly. So it's in my blood. It's like part of my DNA.
Yeah.
I love, these are what I think of as a phaser.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's, like I say, I think it's one of the great props. I just think it's a prop that everyone recognizes and remembers. And obviously, many, many, many variations through all the films that came later, but this is the start of it in the 60s. And I guess what's neat about this particular style, the mid-grade, is these probably got more use than anything else.
Right.
And I don't know if anybody has data on exactly how many they made. I think there's only around 5 that are known to exist today. Maybe 6.
That seems crazy to me.
And this, I've been told, is arguably now the nicest example that's turned up. So.
And this one comes off the set to a Paramount executive and then stays in the same house or give or take within the same family.
Yeah, I mean, essentially the the gentleman, his father was an executive at the studio at the time. He was visiting, I think not while they were shooting, but sometime after, like in the 1970s. Maybe this was in the prop department, and it was gifted to him when he was a younger man. And now it's, it's been in the same family for 5 decades, and now it's coming to market for the very first time. So
what a spectacular piece. Oh my goodness. That is so exciting.
we love stories like that. There's nothing like getting the phone call of my dad worked at,
Yes.
and then the pictures of, and we have these, and then it's a lot of fun.
And that it's complete.
Yes.
I can only count on one hand the number of times I've seen super old original props where nothing is missing.
Yes, no, that's right. I mean, they obviously knew that it was a bit of a prize, so they took care of it, as opposed to say we got it for Halloween story. We got it for Halloween and trashed it, But it's just lovely, and like I say, it's the first one that we've had. We had a very nice '60s tricorder in the past, but we haven't had a '60s phaser. And it's going to be fascinating to see what the response is.
Dude, I love the holder too. You guys are experimenting with 3D printed stands for your props?
just basic things.
Yeah,
you know, for a video like this, we need a little mount that we can set things in. So this one was put together by our team here at Propstore, who does the modeling and the printing. And yeah, there you go.
Brandon, I think everyone's going to be asking about the Type 1 and Type 2. Does it separate?
It doesn't, because it's the mid-grade version, it's basically static. So other than that little dial that we looked at that can spin, this does not separate. On the true Hero versions, which they did have a couple of, famously Greg Jean, world's maybe most famous Star Trek collector, had one of the Hero phasers with all the electronics in it, and there the Cricket phaser did lift out. It had electronics. You could open the whole thing up. You could see all the mechanisms inside. This does not have that. It's a simpler build quality. But the interesting thing is they would have filmed with these more. The Heroes probably only came out for those extreme close-up shots where you actually need to see the lights work.
That makes total sense. So in essence, the thing you made to not be seen ends up getting seen more.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And I was curious for you, just on the build side, when you look at this, how much work do you think has gone into putting this prop together?
So that's funny that you asked. May I hold this? Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. This button here, this button is the thing that I find most amazing.
Do you think it's a found part?
No, I think it's built.
You think they made it?
I think they made it, and I think I can kind of see the machining that went onto it or filing, but it is incredibly sensitive work. And also, I mean, you really can see someone operating every step of the marks and the lines on the front piece here. I would imagine that a good union machinist could turn out these parts for one of these in a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, every one of them is gorgeous. You can mill 2 of those and get a slice out of each one, so you get 2 phasers per.
Yeah. Same thing with the disc, I guess.
Yeah, same thing with the disc.
And this, I'm sure, is a found surface test.
Yeah, this is almost like a guilloche pattern, but it's probably just some foil, like a textured foil that maybe they ran it over a screen to get that.
I'm wondering if I should ask you what a guilloche pattern is, or do I proceed as if I know?
Sorry, no. I didn't know until a few days ago. There's a YouTube channel that I follow. A guilloche is the sort of a straight line, light shifting pattern on old watch faces and bits of jewelry, like a lighter case that has beautiful pattern on it.
Okay, yeah.
And so this is sort of a primitive version of that.
Very neat.
And actually, you could probably get this exact pattern just by rubbing foil over a screen. In fact, if you see, it looks like you can see some of the lines are taller than the other lines, like it actually was rubbed over a screen.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Also, I love that I can see aspects of the mold here, right? There's a little bit of a depression in the top. That's sort of an artifact that would happen when you're casting this in a mold. You're doing multiples.
Yeah.
Especially in the 60s. They don't have all of the nice, sensitive durometer urethanes we have today. They're probably working with just straight latex and some weird vulcanized rubbers and stuff like that.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah,
The super toxic stuff.
Oh, God, yeah. No, they're all just breathing fumes.
Before OSHA. But apparently some of what you're talking about here, some of the small tells that are cast into the surface are the witness marks, as Adam Savage termed there, are part of how Don was able to authenticate this. There are just some very subtle things in it that you only see on the true original version. So it's
so exciting, and this must be one of the best parts of your job, is both refining your eyes, right? Because, you know, when you get the eyes, you can see anything about a prop, but bringing in someone whose eyes are even better to let you know, yes, this is real.
Definitely. I mean, look, there's things that we've studied extensively because we've handled examples in the past. You know, in some cases, I would say we've really led the charge on the research because, you know, we were boots on the ground with the props themselves, or we were talking to people like Simon Atherton, and we were kind of the first one to discover info. In other cases, there's already a lot of info out there, and we have to go and see who are the people who researched it all, and how can we get in touch with them and go, hey, how does this piece fit into, you know, the established knowledge base? So sometimes we feel we're the leader on it, other times we're more reliant on other people, but it's always fun to get to that conclusion of, okay, what do we know about these things exactly?
And determine that it is a truly special piece.
Yeah, and then get all that into the write-up. You know, we take a lot of pride in the cataloging work, so we want everything we say in the catalog to be accurate. We don't want to put it out and have the experts or the people that have studied it for years go, what are these jokers?
Oh, that'd be a
talking about?"
disaster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon, it is a magnificent, magnificent piece. You must be so excited.
Really excited. I mean, look, for me, the most fun part of any auction is what's new. Like, there's always a percentage of the auction where we kind of, you know, hoverboards, they're wonderful. I love the Back to the Future films, but there are quite a number of them out there. So when you have something that's brand new to market, that's what really gets me going. As someone who's been in this world a long time and who produces these auctions regularly, the new stuff is nothing better.
I agree. Megan, from phasers to costumes, another amazing piece in this auction.
This is truly an amazing piece, and actually one of the most well-preserved pieces that I have come across, because I have a lot of experience with
I was going to say, you have a deep experience with these costumes and their fabrics, their particulars.
Yes, and this one is so nice and clean that you don't even have to question it, because we know where it came from and we know how it was preserved. And the family did a wonderful job just making sure that this was going to always last the test of time. I mean, the sustainability on these fabrics is great, but I mean, there is no wear and tear. And
it doesn't even look like it was anywhere near sunlight.
I know, and that's exactly how we want to see them.
Yeah.
And so just a couple of fascinating pieces that I want to show you on this that really lend to, this is a season 3. This is, you know, one of the original pieces from that.
So we're sure it's a
series.
season 3.
We are sure
this is a uniform that Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, wore.
Exactly, yeah.
He was nothing but a slip of a thing.
I mean, trying to find a mannequin for this thing was such a pain.
Wow, even the mannequins are too fat.
I know. So this is a very skinny, and then trying to find the height for him too. I mean, it was a challenge, but we managed to get it, and it looks great on him. But you can see that the patch here has no kind of, you know, normally it's pretty worn and it's pretty, there is an indicator on the inside where if they have removed the patch and put it back on, that is not there. This is originally sewn on here and has not.
And has never left.
Never left.
And like this gold that's in there, that is
the foiling.
That is a foiling. That is a delicate material. So if you had this stored and something was rubbing against it, you would see that deterioration. It is a delicate thing. So it's been magnificently preserved.
Magnificently. They did such a great job. And I mean, all the way through down to the pant, you can see the original
sparkles.
I know.
I love that their pants had sparkles in them.
Which is strange. You don't really see that on screen, but you do. But the season 3, you know, they even have the season 3 cuff where they did more of a bell versus the slant. I mean, and then of course the most exciting part of this, and this is only the second one that we've ever seen or fans have ever seen out in public, where it's got the hook and loop.
Yes, fair, totally
loop.
Fair, good catch.
And this is where they held their phasers in season 3. You know, season 1 and 2 had the belts that velcroed on, and then this one has just directly onto the pant. And
it's just hanging right off the pant, and it's just several pieces of Velcro sewn together.
Exactly. And there actually have been some replications of this where they have put the Velcro on, but what they do miss is this one detail.
Yeah.
You see those strings there?
Yeah, these little
is wrapped around the phasers, and you can see them in the actual show. You see the show, and they say, "What is that black line?" For ages, they didn't know what it was until one of these showed up, and they're like, It's thread. It's thread holding on the phaser, because, you know, they're moving, they're running, and they can't have that phaser just fall off, which hook and loop is pretty durable, but it's not that durable when they're doing so much activity. And so that is just to help it. They just put it right through there, and then they tie that last, I can't, there it is. They tie
Yep,
that last one right around the handle.
Wow.
So when our specialists saw these, they were like, this is an absolute original. There was no question about it. So we got a great a provenance for that. And this is just one of those favorite pieces of mine. They, season 1 had the velour. Right?
Yep.
Not very breathable. They didn't have that much stretch in them. Those
they were all sweating.
poor actors. Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually surprised they lasted 2 seasons on those.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they came out with this. This is a nylon. It's got elastine in it. It's very form-fitting. You still get that side zipper here that allows them to get in.
Yep.
But it is much more breathable. And I was so glad in being able to reproduce these at one point to change to this fabric because everybody wants this one. Exactly.
Listen, it's hard to overstate in just what perfect condition it is. This looks like it came off the set yesterday.
Yes.
The only thing that betrays a little bit of its age is the gold on the cuffs, which would have gotten a lot more wear on set.
Yeah, and you would think that they would have taken them off and put pristine ones if it was, maybe a replica, but these are original. You can see the wear and tear, and again, the stitch on the back is only once.
Only once.
So there's no indication it was ever replaced.
This is, it is rare that you have 2 such completely pristine pieces from a franchise in an auction. This is a really unique thing.
I know, and whoever gets this piece, I mean, has to get the phaser too.
100%. I also have a bit of a history with the Leonard Nimoy family in the best way. I helped dedicate the street to him on the lot a bunch of years ago, and then earlier this year I was awarded the Live Long and Prosper Award by Nimoy's daughter. I know, for my science communication. It was so exciting. I was so inspired by him as a character. In Search Of was literally one of my origin stories from making Mythbusters. Yeah. So an amazing actor, character, and brilliant costume. Megan, are there any production notes within the costume?
Well, I mean, there are some indications that, of course, is of the age. You've got the collar that is sagging, not as much as seasons 1 and 2 collars, but you still have the stretch of it that's wearing out. In the pant, however, is written in white, Leonard Nimoy. So
there you go. That's pretty definitive.
Yeah, exactly. And the waistband itself is you on the inside. You can see some wear and tear of the age of that elastic.
I would imagine that stuff was all the elastic was all natural gum rubber. It's going to just rot sitting on the vine.
Yeah, over time, exactly.
And so, actually, given that, this looks. The neck looks pretty great.
It does. It does. I mean, over time, you're just going to see this sagging. But yeah, it's pretty pristine fabric, well preserved. But it's just a great great representation of the season 3 costume.
And the auction is upcoming.
It is. It's August 26th through the 29th, end of August. Definitely don't miss it. It's right before that Labor Day vacation. So this is what you're doing in preparation while you're packing.
Agreed. Amazing. Amazing pieces, Megan. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Insane. Totally insane. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you enjoyed it, you might also enjoy this one.